Hey guys, audio only today. So you see a black screen, it's not you. So a lot of people guys don't know about the drama that was happening between me and Cassette Comeback and Tony. Uh, that was a long time ago. Um, so why am I bringing it up now? Well, let's see. The controversy for me was that Tony kicked me out of the community or his community in the Facebook group because he thought I was copying him. And then he thought I stole his idea. This was in regards to the TDK clear cassette ones. And now there was a lot of theories happening. First of all, I made the video on that first, the TDKD video. So I don't know why he thinks I'm copying him. He brought that he basically kind of came up with his TDK clear tape, the TDKD, the clear version, after my video. So if you look at the dates, you can clearly see that mine came out first. So I didn't care after. It's like you can go ahead and make a video after me about the same subject. I don't care because mine seems to have spurred conversations about it being a counterfeit, or some people say they bought it in different countries and whatnot. That it was still the same great cassette shell, which it is, by the way, and same great TKD audio cassette. Yeah, the actual tape itself is still high quality. They were just selling it cheaper, maybe in cheaper packaging or something like that in certain regions. Um, but anyways, I, you know, I follow the community too, and there were a lot of people who were saying stuff, and there were a lot of people who were like speculating. So I basically did a follow-up video in regards to, what people were saying. And Tony basically messaged me and said that, why did you do that? It's like, I was working on a video on that. You didn't even ask me about it. And I'm like, Uh, I didn't think I had to. Those were the kind of things. And plus, I mentioned his name too. Saying, hey, you guys probably seen his video too on that TDKD clear. So I basically gave him credit on his video, even though that is basically the second video on the topic, mine being the first. And he also brought up some other stuff that I didn't know he was like harboring. He was like, you were copying other things. This was the last straw. You copied other stuff, and I let it go. And I was like what? Things like the chair, which that was crazy. I just thought that, like again, he was kind of taking inspiration from me, and I'm kind of taking inspiration from him. Like I said, when I do my videos, I don't have a professional backdrop, so I use whatever I have. So I used my chair, which by the way is fading, and the fake leather is breaking apart, so I can't use it. It's ugly now. Um, Although right now, to keep it from being too messy, I put like a little white towel on there. So if I were to have still make videos, you would see the white background with, because it's actually a towel, a white towel as a background. And then because he was complaining about that, I decided to use my couch. I don't know why I did stuff like that, but I thought I would appease the guy. I did it on my brown couch, as you guys recall, doing the RTM cassettes. And so, yeah, it was, wow. I just didn't realize how petty he was. He basically banned me, blocked me, and whatever. I mean, I don't hold any ill will as far as, content goes. I still watch his videos. And in watching his videos, I see there's a lot more stuff that he's actually been copying from me. Sorry about the barks. If you hear that, that's my dogs. If you guys noticed, this is what I noticed when I start seeing some of the newer videos that he's been doing after the fallout. Uh, Being able to, look inside of a cassette. I started doing that because I've always been doing that, even as a kid. I love taking things apart. And even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, I just want to see what it looks like inside, no matter what. And yeah, I've angered my dad many times sometimes because either A, he didn't like that I opened it up because something was really expensive, or more so than ever, it's not really ever done it with his tech, but my own stuff, with my own toys. Sometimes I've not been able to put things back together. And that angers my dad because, he paid good money for that kind of stuff. So I understand. But I do that with cassettes. I do that with the decks and all that stuff. And here's Tony doing that with a cassette. I also document the labels that come with the cassettes and the J cards and all that stuff. Again, remember what I said in my earlier videos is that these videos are more for me. And if you guys want to watch and join in and enjoy it, that's cool. It's more for me to document cassettes that I know that I may not be able to experience opening again. It's one of the reasons why I do unboxings, because as boring as they sound, sometimes you go, oh yeah, I remember that Samsung Galaxy S4 from back in the day that I had. What was that experience like? So, I it's remember, I'm neurodivergent. I don't know why. I treat my stuff like I treat with people. It's like memories, I remember my first Pixel. I remember my first Nexus. Unfortunately, I never did videos on those. I wish I did. YouTube wasn't a huge thing back then. But I'm starting to do it with cassettes because more so than ever with cassettes and older vintage technology, if you can find them new and tacked, you can only unbox them once, and you can only show off what it came with and how it was packaged once, or at least with yourself, anyways, your own personal experience. So, having seen him do that in the newer videos was kind of like jarring. Like, dude, what the fuck? You just said that that you were that I was copying you, and here you are doing that. And if you're going to come back with there's only so many ways that you can do something, why didn't you think that when you were accusing me? You know what I mean? Your defense of that, whatever you're going to use to defend yourself, it's going to work the same way for me. So, yeah, exercise a little humanity here. You know what I mean? Anyways, what actually set me off too is not just that, is because in this latest video, okay, so it's not his latest. I don't see all of his videos. So it's actually 3 weeks ago. I just watched it now. Was when he did a audio comparison of just seeing what is this, a Panda Walkman and a Sony HF cassette that he's using it to record to, the original source probably. I didn't see the whole thing. I just kind of paused at this point because it just kind of riled me up a little bit because I saw it and I was like, this looks like one of my videos. It's because he copied the way I did it too. It's the what do you call the showing of audacity and being able to compare. If you look back at my 2019 deck and audio cassette players that I own comparison video, that's how I did it. And I've also done other videos like that too with audacity, being shown. So it's like, what the heck, dude? You are so mad that I did stuff like this that you banned me, and yet you do the same thing. And I just realized that wasn't the only thing that he got mad at either. There was some the way I cut, what do you call, source and tape. He got mad that I did that and that I copied him. Again, it's one of those things where it's kind of like there's only so many ways that you can do things and show and compare and stuff like that, especially when it's not like a full production. I just have my camera, which is usually, at the time it was just an iPad. I don't have that iPad anymore. I sold it. I have a different tablet, the Galaxy S8. You saw my video on that. Check that out. Again, did an unboxing on that. By the way, unboxings are getting boring now with new tech because they don't include anything with those things anymore. So here's my ADHD going. I'm just jumping all over the place. But am I mad? Not really. The funny thing is this. I don't care. But the thing is, the only thing that really bothers me isn't because he's copying the stuff that I'm doing, but more like what do you call how do I'm just lost for words. But the irony? No, that's not it. What is it? You know how, well, when somebody, hypocrisy, there you go, that's the word, hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is what kind of, like cheeses me, because it's kind of like, hey, you gone so far to the point where you're accusing me of copying you and stealing your ideas and all that stuff that you kicked me out of your group. And I had a lot of people there that, made friends with and everything. Still in other groups too, which it doesn't look like Tony's in. Surprise, he only kind of stay in his echo chamber, I guess. But it's kind of like you're saying that I'm copying you. You're doing the same to me. I'm actually being the big person that I don't care if you copy me. To me, it's kind of like there's only one way to do it. Sometimes there's a very limited way of doing something, especially when you're in when you don't have a production, Again, I'm not a YouTuber. Never said I was. I've always said I wasn't. I don't think Tony is either. He might have some fancier equipment than I do. No, he definitely has fancier equipment than I do. And he still chose to do it this way because it's the most straightforward form. Right, Tony? I bet you that's probably why you did it. Yeah. Well, it's the same here. Why did I use a chair? Because it's there and it makes a great backdrop. Why did I use my couch? Because I wanted to be different than him, and I wanted a different colored background. That brown one. I don't think I did 1 or 2 videos on that thing. And before that, as you guys remember, even before the chair, the reason why I did the chair is like, hey, that's a great idea. It doesn't hurt my back because it's a chair. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm using the chair as a table, and I got the camera. It doesn't hurt my back. If you recall, I was doing it on my floor. I had the wood, it was like, it's not real wood, guys. It's not real hardwood. It's only, what do you call that? It's not vinyl either, but veneer. I don't know what it is, but it's not real hardwood. Then, of course, I also decided, well, people are gonna know that this is on the floor. Kind of embarrassing, so I did it on a rug. On the floor for a while, doing that for a while, and then I saw, okay, you can see some crud on the floor, like dirt and dust and like hair. I was like, this is not gonna do well either. So when I saw him did that, I decided, okay, that's not a bad idea. That's a good idea. I should do it on the chair. My desk is a mess, by the way. You saw that I've done some things on my desk, and there's just so much crap that sometimes I accidentally dox myself and I see it, and then I have to edit my video to cut that piece out, which sucks because I had audio there too on top of that, which makes it really hard. So yeah, it's really hard to film when you are in your own living space. It's not a studio or anything. So I have accidentally done some stuff where I've shown off my picture, my family pictures, and my address, like an actual piece of mail. So I tried my best to find a way to avoid that, and I've been punished by it by a man in the UK somewhere. And by the way, that was also a part of why my mental health kind of spiraled too. I had a lot of things going on, but that really did not help. And so, and I didn't want to say anything about it because it's kind of like giving him a little too much credit. I don't know whether he's going to feel bad about it or if he's going to boast about it. Yeah, I made Nikki sad. I don't know. I don't know what kind of guy he is. He seems kind of, from what I heard from other people, he seems kind of vindictive. So maybe that's, how he actually feels. I really hope not. I like seeing the good in people, but I also seen enough bad where I kind of accept that that's how some people think and feel and act. So, yeah, that's a lot of reveal for a day. No video because I'm not exactly dressed up. I'm actually dressed down. Like I said, I'm just chilling in bed watching YouTube videos. And I saw that and I just had to say something. That's all. Anyways, I guess that's it. I don't know what else to say. I get nervous when I have to sign off and I don't know how, and that's why you always see that I got some weird sign off. It just keeps blabbering on, and that's how I am now. So I'm not going to do that. So bye.